So today I went out with a friend to see two movies in one stone. Well, I got that reference wrong. But hi. um so I went to see Godzilla and King and Kong, the new movie. And I also saw Godzilla -1 because I haven't seen that one. Yeah, I know people are going, why? It's just because I haven't had the time for it, and I wanted to sit down and actually watch it. Now, as for Godzilla, I might be the only one, but I liked the Godzilla, the kind of one, spoiler, when you saw the ending and you saw the eggs and stuff like that, that one, I kind of enjoyed that one. That was pretty much the last time. And then before that, the black and white days. Remember the black and white ones? Yeah, those ones, yeah. So my friend lives over abroad, so he gets like the movies, goes to all different kinds of cinemas, and he takes me on his device, and I watch from my phone. I know it's a different experience, but hell, I'm watching a movie. Do you know what I mean? And the reason why I'm saying this is because I'm not going to try and give any spoilers on any of these movies. Watch them yourself, But the reason why I'm doing this kind of video is because I've seen the movie reviews after when I came out of seeing Godzilla and the Kong Empire. I'll just call it that for short. And he comparing it to Godzilla -1. And I'm like, and my friend said this, not kidding. He says, there's gonna be the American stupid reviewers comparing to Godzilla -1 to this one. Oh. Yeah. And he is right. And I'm here to tell you, you must be delusional. You cannot compare these two together. They're two entirely different concepts and movies. So, this is a not spoiler free on both movies. I'll try and keep it that way. See how it goes. So, I'm going to start off with the elephant in the room, Empire, the new one that's just been released. So, where do we get with this? But I didn't watch that one first. I watched Godzilla -1 first. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind throughout this video. So, Godzilla and Kong the Empire is an entirely different movie altogether. Okay, I'm going to basically put it out there. There was parts that I wish wasn't in it. And if they do make another Godzilla and Kong movie, I don't think people should be in it talking. Because that's what ruined the fucking movie. No, seriously. There's about a 25-minute scene, and I'm not spoiling it. There's Kong, and there's a few apes. That's all I'm going to say. And there's no dialogue. There's no conversation whatsoever. And it's a beautiful scene. There's a lot of scenes in here with no dialogue that makes it a 5-star. Now, when you look at the dialogue of the people in this movie, you go, man, what was the point? You should have just knocked those people out, and this movie would have been, I think, as top as much as Godzilla -1. Seriously. this was more like a monster movie of battles. The battles are insane. I loved it. And even though, spoiler, a little bit spoiler, but I don't think it's a spoiler, but Kong's shown more than Godzilla in this. Godzilla is more like a side monster, but when he comes onto the scene, they've made him more savage. No, seriously, there's a part, and I start laughing. I went, ooh, basically, I'm not gonna try to spoil it, but he pins down the monster. That's all I'm gonna say, and he does something, and it's just so savage, and you can see Godzilla like going, "Yeah, bro, I'm the king, motherfucker." Every time you see Godzilla in there, he's savage. So I'm glad maybe they've quit him. That's why they've said, right, okay, we don't need to bring Godzilla in too much, and focus on Kong because he's got more emotions towards people, towards, Godzilla will just basically destroy everything in its path. Do you know what I mean? But it understands Kong because he's another, monster. Do you get the concept I'm saying here? Now, this was a monster movie of battles. The battles were great, insane, loved it. People with dialogue shouldn't have been in that movie. And the gauntlet, Infinity Gauntlet, if I'm saying that right with my accent, the glove, the kind of glove, it that's unique, but people's in that scene, and it pissed me off so much. I'm like, God, why are they so bad? Why are they so bad? Knock them out. Take them out. Don't bring them back into the... just have 2 hours of just multiple monsters, and then we could just click on the story there with no dialogue. That's what I would like to see from the next movie, what they do. If you watch that scene with the monkey scene, I guarantee you, I swear upon the word, I guarantee you will say, and it'll blow your mind for 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And you'll say, you know what, this movie didn't need people in it. Just the people who get destroyed, of course, in the cities and, in general. So, as the new monster, Godzilla vs. Kong, well, I'd say vs. Kong, Godzilla and Kong, the Empire, that's the situation. The new Empire, that's it. People say, this is for kids. I don't think it's for kids. But I don't think people should be comparing it to Godzilla -1. You a delusional fox. And this proves me right. This actually proves me right of multiple videos. You're losing your touch. You're losing your touch. You comparing to Godzilla -1 to this? Why? Because Godzilla's in it? That doesn't make sense to me. Because Godzilla's been in multiple movies, and some of them have been shit. I'm sorry, they've been shit. I haven't liked them, Same as Kong. He's been in some, and I didn't like them. Okay? So, but this one I did like, because it was Clash of the Titans, it was a battle, I still think criticism is dying, because it's not making an impact. They're using it overly too much and stuff like that. But if I wanted to criticize this movie, I would say, take the fucking people out of your next goddamn movie with dialogue. Jeez. It's just... and just make a monster movie with Godzilla and Kong. Straight out, and it'll be one of those first ever ones with no dialogue. I guarantee you it will be a big hit. Because that's what I could see. The monsters colliding, the battles, the backstory of Kong. You know, I want to see that more evolve, but no dialogue for people. That's the only thing. The people were the issue in this movie. And they were trying to put a story in to invest, and I'm like, nah, I'm just interested in Kong and Godzilla. Like, I don't need this. Why are you adding this in? It doesn't make sense. The people with the dialogue, the actors. Nah, you didn't need actors in this. You just needed a plain, simple 2-hour monster mash. You know, remember those video games where you used to be a giant monster and you used to destroy buildings, but you had to destroy the other monster? Giddy Bash? I think it's called that. Giddy Bash or something. There's a few of them. This movie reminded me of that. It did. But there was more story to Kong that you could invest in, and not one fucking word was said. Not one word was said. I was more invested in Kong. I don't mind. Because you see the emotion, the passion. I see he's had betrayal, obsession, you know, over the years as well. When he grabs a woman and climbs the... you know, I'm like, bruh, let the bitch go. And you know what, don't. You know, that was back in the days. So, the new Godzilla and Kong, the new Empire, I'm actually going to give this the fight performance and everything like that. I'm going to give this a 7. I would have given this a fucking 9 if you took those people out. I would have literally given it a 9. Because it was the best monster movie you can have. Now hold your horses. You know, hold your horses. Don't bang your head off the keyboards. Because now I'm going to swift over to Godzilla -1. Now I haven't seen this. I didn't see this at all. And they were both at the same cinema. So my friend says, why don't we watch both? And I'm like, it's going to be a long-ass day. A long-ass day, you know. But it'll be worth it. He says, it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. And, geez, I really wanted to make a review separate for Godzilla -1. And I still might. Man, they know how to make a movie. I know it won an Oscar as well. And it won a Dead Meat Awards, obviously, because I reacted to that. Man, I had chills. I literally had chills. It's the best movie you could possibly imagine. It has a slow burn, but it also has a main solid story with dialogue and everything. See, that's about the people. The people and the build-up to Godzilla being savage. Really, that's the small term of saying it, you know, and it was fantastic. I've never seen a Godzilla film like that since the black and white days. You know, the black and white days where you see that rubber thing and you could see the string. And the brrr, you know. The emotion, the passion from these people in Godzilla -1 is insane. It makes you invest in everybody, you know, and you just don't want them to die. You just don't want them to die, you know, and it makes you on the edge of your seat. But it is a slow burn. People might think it's slow and sluggish because they just want battles. Well, Kong and Godzilla is your main one for that. If you want a really emotional backstory and everything with Godzilla -1 is the one for you. So that's why I say, don't fucking compare, you stupid asses. It's an entirely different movie altogether. This Godzilla and Kong, New Empire, they know what they were doing. Because they invested in all the fight scenes, all the battles, but when it came to the people, it was lackluster. They knew what they were doing. They said, know what, we can't compete with Godzilla Minus One, but we'll put more focus on the battles. And that's what they did. And that's why Godzilla and Kong, the New Empire, is a great battle movie. But the people shouldn't have been in it. Because if you want to compare people, if you want to compare, why don't you compare the dialogue of the actors? I can't say that right. Actors. I got tongue-tied now. Godzilla's in my mind. Actors comparing to Minus One and this. Try that. I fucking dare you. No, you won't. Because it's the same monsters, you think it's the same movie. Stupid. It's stupid. Like I said, a lot of reviewers are out of touch. And I don't understand why people can't see this. Godzilla Minus One, I'll give it a fucking 12 out of 10. Like, like, the story is just insane. Like, they really put the hard work in. They really, really did. And it fucking paid off. Congrats. Huge respect. You can sit back and say, you finally did it. You did something, that's achieved when it comes to Godzilla. Now, on the other hand, with this other movie, Godzilla and Kong, people are being stupid. So stupid. Yeah. Criticism, I think they're taking it for granted, and I think it's getting just overused too much, and it's just coming off so, like, a fuse short to me. If you wanted to basically put out there of a movie type in general, you can't compare it. I would compare Godzilla and Kong the New Empire to one of the other Godzilla movies, like the Hollywood type ones. I would say compare it to those, but Godzilla Minus One, you're out your fucking mind. The dial is more of a backstory and everything to Godzilla Minus One. There is. And then when the slow burn executes, it's great in Godzilla Minus One. It's great. This stupid shit has to stop. It's happening too much. It's the same as Late Night with the Devil. I want to make a big rant video about that because that's a masterpiece of a horror, as well. Like I said, people are using criticism too much to be overused, and it's just like a fuse going out. It's like, you need it to have an impact. You need to hit it with the right notes. I think these people just put a camera on and just want to say something negative about every single movie, despite it being good or bad. And that sucks. If you really, just really deep down look, just look carefully. No, they're watching the movie, they're coming home, going on Rotten Tomatoes bullshit and all that, and just plastering this shit out. They already prepared what to say before the even movie starts. And that's what sucks about a lot of movie reviewers. That's why I only watch about 2 or 3 now. And they seem legit. They do seem legit, like they don't really take it for granted. And the criticism is done right. It's done right in those ones. I mean, I saw a review about the Godzilla and Kong, and somebody said they looked like zombies in this. And my brain cells just went tumbling out. I went, you know what? Nah, I'm doing a video about this. This is stupid. You listen to these, these narcs shit, like, pathetic. Like, there's some good reviewers out there, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But I think criticism and everything is just being forced. And I think a lot of these reviewers are just hanging off the cliff by the edge of their fingers. It's either that or they need mental help. They need help. Like so. Don't get me wrong, all positive is not a good sign too when it comes to movies. That's what I'm saying, so don't twist my fucking words and shit like that. Criticism is a good thing, but the timing, it's about timing. It's like every single movie. Even the best movies, they still shit on them. And I'm like, there wasn't really anything to shit on with that movie, do you know what I mean? But as for Kong, Godzilla and Kong New Empire, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's an enjoyable movie. If you like the fight scenes and stuff like that, not giving a... That's why the dialogue shouldn't have been even in it. Because one of the best scenes with Kong and the monkeys and stuff has no words, and that's probably one of the best scenes in the movie. It is. And then it comes to the fight scenes. So, this is what I'm saying. And I think a lot is just taken for granted, and I'm sorry to tell you this, if you don't like what I say, there's channels out there with My Little Pony and stuff like that. It'll pump your shit up, okay? This channel doesn't do this, okay? I do brutal reviews, brutal ones, and yeah, it hits the mark sometimes it doesn't. I'm not perfect, at least I'm willing to admit that, as well. So guys, what do you think of both of these movies, and what do you think of all this scenario going on? I just think it's bullshit. Let me know in the comments below.